Kentucky Skills U. Your future starts here. Let us help you reach your destination.
I'm Charlene Carpenter, and I'm a Kentucky Skills U graduate. I didn't stick it out through school because there was a lot. My parents are deaf. It was hard growing up because my parents really couldn't help me with my homework and stuff. Mom and Dad really didn't have the resources to really teach me stuff that they didn't understand. So I did horrible in school and I just didn't graduate. I just was failing so bad that I wasn't going to get to graduate with my class, so I just quit. I worked at a restaurant for 3 years, and then I said, this is it, I'm gonna go back and try to get my GED, and I would go and do a little bit here, and then would get a bad test score, so I'd be like, oh, this is too hard, I can't do it, and I just give up on it, and I shouldn't have. I was working at any job that would allow me to work without a GED, and I never got to see my kids hardly ever, and it just wasn't the kind of life I wanted for my kids. With daycare, diapers, formula, yeah, I got some assistance, but if I worked a certain amount of hours and I worked too much, then I would get cut from my government funds. So it was always a struggle for me. When I worked at KDMK, I worked there for a year, made the minimum of what you can make. The pay rate went up as you went, but where I didn't have my GED, I couldn't get the job that I really wanted, and that was to be a shift leader or a supervisor, and you had to have some kind of education to get that job. So I wanted to go back and work on my GED. I started at the Kentucky Skills U program in August of 2017. I stayed at it, I worked at it. I actually completed my English, I think language arts, RLA, social studies, and science. The math was the kicker for me. It took me a little while longer to get that, but I did get it. I actually got it on my birthday and passed. Took the test 4 times, but I did not give up, and I kept studying for it. And that's the key. You got to study and have good teachers to help you along the way. If you struggled in something, they gave you books and stuff. They do one-on-one with you, tutor you. I did a lot of tutoring with the math. I was expecting it to take longer for me, but it actually didn't. I surprised myself. At least for me, it fit in my schedule when I worked. Kentucky Skills U helped me prepare to get my GED, to help me get enrolled in college, to further my education, and to be an sign language interpreter to speak for the deaf at hospital facilities, court systems, with my own name on my own business card. I already know sign language, and when my dad would go to the hospital a lot, it would always take the interpreter 2 or 3 hours before they would get there because there's just not that many out there. So that made me want to be somebody that could help somebody. My kids are really proud of me. Like whenever I do like schoolwork at home, they're like, we're proud of you, Mom. And then they're always coming to me with homework. And before, some of it I would not understand some of it, but now I do. And I just kept on doing it because they inspired me the most, because I mean, they're going to school right now. I don't want them to quit. I want them to keep on with their education because it's important. Yeah, I'm not letting my kids drop out of school. That was the worst mistake I ever did because it just prolonged me from reaching my goal sooner. I feel great. I feel a little smarter. I feel more confident. My lifestyle has changed. Don't get hardly any assistance now. I work at Morehead State University now until I get at least my associate's degree, but then I'm going to transfer to EKU to get my bachelor's degree. Kentucky Skills U helped me in my career pathway in healthcare. You could be anything you want to be after you got your GED, any kind of job. If you want to get your GED, Kentucky Skills U is the place to go get it.